What's up, everybody? My phone is on low battery. Um, Obviously, that's a bad deal. And so, unfortunately, this will almost certainly be a really short stream because my phone's at a critical 7%, so less than ideal. Now, I want to drink the drink really bad right now. Wait a minute, what's going on? I want to drink the drink really bad right now, but I do want to wait to take my first sip until I see somebody in here so they can see the historic moment when I have a sip of Messi's juice. And I don't really know if you can call it juice. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it actually is. Let me take a peek. It's positive hydration stuff, so that's cool. I like that. Sounds scientific. Positive hydration by Messi. And it's in case anyone's wondering, and like very interested, it's called Moz Plus. Now I doubt Messi concocted the formula by himself. I'm sure there was taste advisors or something. Some taste advisors probably that helped him with the taste. And honestly, I feel like these celebrity made drinks most of the time are just straight up just companies that make drinks, and then the person just gets the money. You know, it just represents that person. So I don't think Messi really came up with the flavors or almost anything. I'm assuming that Messi just straight up his team came up with it, and they're like, "Can we put your name on it?" And he's like, "Sure." That's what I think happened with this drink. And I see zero viewers, but I see one like. What is going on? That is weird. Okay, I'm not okay. It must have been delayed. I got Aiden Quantz in the chat saying hi, and Chris's edit saying hi. What's up, everybody? This is not clickbait. You guys are gonna witness my first time trying Lionel Messi's new drink, Moz Plus. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Moz Plus. Now, before I take my first glug, I do want to do a little bit of preface. I'm gonna talk about the drink a little bit. Here's what I know. Nothing. I don't know nothing about the drink. Except that here's a little bit. There's some drama with Logan Paul. The Messi and Logan Paul are suing each other, or their teams are. So my prediction is it's going to taste a lot like Prime. Hopefully not, because I'm not a huge fan of Prime. Thank you, Aiden Kwon, for subscribing and liking. And there's some Spanish. I don't know Spanish, but and then old Prime saying that he made it to Virginia to Alabama. Congrats, man. That's a long drive, I think. I don't know my geography, but I think that's a long drive. But yeah, I know there's a little bit of drama between the Moz Plus and Primes, a little bit of lawsuits. And I'm not a huge fan of Primes, to be honest. I think it tastes really sugary, and I know they're not very healthy. There's a lot of additives in there that are harmful for you. So, yeah, the bottle does look the same. That is what I noticed. Like, it straight up looks exactly the same. 8 hours. Yeah, it's a long drive. Yeah, a lot of energy drinks and a lot of stops, I'm sure. But with that being said, 2 or 3 stops. Wow. See, like when I take trips, I try to not stop at all. Usually my trips are only like 1 to 2 hours though, and I will hold my breath because I hate stopping. And if I stop, I'm gonna just piss on the side of the road. But without further ado, before I lose every single viewer, oh man, we're down to three. Only 3 people are gonna see me drink the moss. And yeah, I'm doing this while I'm driving, so beware. I got the berry blast flavor. I think it's called berry cola crush. Never mind. I'm just so used to everything being called berry blast. This is what the bottle looks like. Like somebody said, looks exactly like Prime. So I'm expecting it to taste like Prime. This is going to be hard drinking and driving. So no, this isn't alcohol. This is not alcohol. I don't want to get like police called on me. So I'm not drinking and driving. I'm just drinking juice, Messi's juice. So let's see if it's open. Also, here's another complaint that I'm getting ready for. It's dark. Yeah, I know. It's 11 at night at my area, so sorry about that. But yeah, here it is. Hopefully I can get the stoplight so I can drink this a little easier because I got like 2 fingers on my wheel. So that's dangerous. But yeah, here it is. I'm gonna take a sip, and I want to tell you guys what my honest thoughts and reviews are. So there we go. It took me 6 minutes to get to the point. That's insane. Okay, I'm drinking now. You know what? That's good. Now here's what I'm gonna talk about it. Here's what I'm gonna say about that drink there. I like it better than Prime. I do. I think it is. You know what it tastes like? The most similar thing that I could think of that it tastes like. It tastes a lot like a Body Armor. And I love Body Armor, so I'm not minding this. And here's what I love about this too. Now, I'm gonna take a couple more sips. Um, that it's actually really healthy. I did it. I have an app. It's called Yuka, Yuka. It scans things and basically tells you how unhealthy they are for you, what kind of additives, sugar content. And out of 100, this was a 63, which is rated good. For comparison, a prime is a 39, which is considered poor. So these are actually a much healthier alternative to primes. And I think the flavor is actually even a little bit better. Now, this is just one flavor. Maybe the other ones aren't as good. But I do really like this flavor. I think it's really good. And it reminds me a ton of a Body Armor. And Body Armors have a lot of sugar, too. Is it healthier than Prime? Yeah, it actually is. Um, Now, the sugar content, both of them, I believe, is a zero. But this has a sugar thing called steviol, which I believe is like a limited risk. But Prime has 3 high risk additives in there. Um, so yeah, to get the exact um, stuff, I'd get the app Yuka Scan and Prime. Um, but this is a lot healthier actually, and based off the scoring on the Yuka, Prime was a 39 out of 100. This was a 63, and I like this better. So, and the cost I believe is relatively similar. And now here's another thing: this isn't even cold. This is room temperature, and it's still pretty good. Okay. Okay. Oak Prime. I love that, man. With a blast from the past, bug juices from childhood. I'm gonna go off topic for a little minute here because I was a bug juice menace back in the day. I drank so many bug juices. I loved them. Now, here's what I will say. I think nostalgia is a big thing, and I'm never gonna drink a bug juice again because I don't think it's gonna ever compare to that level of love I had for it when I was a kid. Because things just disappoint you when you have it your second time around and you're not a kid anymore. Like for example, I don't want to get too off topic, but Fortnite, I don't play it anymore. But when OG was brought back, I was so pumped. I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna play so much, and I didn't. I didn't play that much. It just didn't feel the same, and so that's what makes me sad. I think nostalgia effect is real, and unfortunately, that means I can't have a bug juice again because I don't think it'll live up to the hype. But I loved them as a kid. I did. And then Chris Edits is saying, does it have fake sugar like Prime? Yes, it does, but it uses a better fake sugar, if that makes sense. I believe Moz Plus uses something. And by the way, sorry, you guys probably can't see me too well, but I believe what Moz Plus uses is called steviol, and it is a sweetener, artificial sweetener. Um, Basically, let's think of it this way: if you buy something and it says that there's zero sugar, there's going to be, and it tastes good. There's going to be added sugars, whether it's sucralose, stevia. Um, but you want to basically, the best thing to do is try to find the lesser evil. And the Prime has the worst fake sugars. I believe they have like sucralose and a couple other ones. But yeah, Moz Plus has that stevia, and that is still not ideal, but it's better. Like I said, the lesser evil. Again, sorry you guys can't see me. It'll have to be like a little bit of a podcast version for a minute here. But yeah, I love it. I love Moz Plus. I do. I think it's good. And yeah, my phone's at 2%. So I do want to say this too. I do want to say another thing. I'm curious to try the other flavors. Absolutely. I think the other flavors would be very interesting to try. Because berry is basically universally you can't mess it up. It's always good, you know. And by the way, shout out to the one person who's been sticking through the stream. Appreciate you. But yeah, um, berry is hard to mess up. And I believe the other flavors that I saw at Walmart was lemon lime, also iconic combo, strawberry something, and something else. And I feel like what will eventually happen. Okay, there we go. Also, by the way, I love the font. I don't know how you're doing that, but that's sick. On Chris's edits. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it? Okay, as a drink, I'm going to do a couple things. All things considered, um, okay, healthiness. Healthiness, we'll start out with healthiness. 7 out of 10. That's a pretty healthy drink, honestly. Um, to most standards, you're not going to find many drinks healthier than this one, actually. I know. Sorry. Hopefully I get some light on me. There we go. Brief minute of light. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, body armors are less healthy. Primes are less healthy. So comparatively, oh, that's not my turn. In terms of healthiness, you know what? I'm gonna go 8 out of 10, not 7.5, because it's still not ideal, but it's pretty damn healthy. Now flavor, I love it. I'd honestly give it a 7.5 out of 10 again. Let me take one more sip actually. It might be Reese's Diets. Hold up. Sorry, once again, you guys are gonna have to have like a podcast version. That is phenomenal flavor, honestly. I'm going to 8 out of 10. I can't believe there's got to be a catch. See, that's what I'm surprised about. There's not a big catch. You know, with other drinks that taste this good, there's some toxic radioactive shit in there that causes cancer or something. But I don't think there's anything in there for here. So I love it. And in terms of cost, it's really good too. I think this was like $1.50. So that's about, I think, cheaper than other things too. So I'd say cost 7.5, 8 out of 10 too. Very good drink. I'd highly recommend Messi's Bosses, especially if you like Messi. Personally, I don't really watch soccer or football or whatever it is, but I know who he is. He's a cool dude. But yeah, um, that would be my final rating. I'd give it a, all things considered, 8 out of 10. If we want to get real specific, I'll go 7.8. 7.8 out of 10. I love it. I think it's really good, and I'd highly recommend it. So I like to review different types of foods. I should start doing that for every type of thing. Give it a rating at the end. Okay. Fluffy roads. Okay, and then Chris edits was saying emoji face keyboard is how I got. It's from an app. Okay, that makes sense. I probably don't even have enough storage for that app. And then old prime. What does what? Okay, hold up. I mixed up my words. What road does the skeleton live on? Is that Riddle? Um, Bone Road. Crossbones. Is that? No, I don't think I'm right. Bone. Oh, there it is. The dead end. There it is. I was not on the right track on my. That was good. And then Chris edits with his cool font says, "Hey, I'm gonna head out. I have subbed and liked. Have a good night." Once again, really appreciate the subscription and the like. I can't remember who the other person was that said they subbed to. Oh, it was Aiden Quant. Shout out to Aiden Quant too, and shout out to O Prime. Shout out to Sean Trinar, and I think that's everybody that's been commenting. But yeah, my phone. Do not be alarmed. My stream suddenly goes absolutely ends. That's just because my phone dies. So you're gonna stay a while. Okay. You will probably stay until my phone dies then, because my phone's at 1%, so we're in the critical condition here. So really appreciate it. And yeah, I will stream again tomorrow too. So tomorrow I will do my Final Destination Bloodlines full review. I went over it about 10 minutes yesterday, but I didn't get into spoilers. Tomorrow I will do a extensive review tomorrow. I really liked the movie, and I have a lot to talk about with the movie. I'm a big fan of that franchise, so that's what I'll do tomorrow, and talk about whatever else too. Also, I got another new book. I got another new book at Walmart. I like Stephen King, and I've seen that they have a book called Carrie, and I'm gonna read it. I've already seen the movie, so I kind of already know what happens, but books and movies are very different. I saw that in The Shining. Shining book is amazing. The movie was good, but Shining book was unbeatable, honestly. So, also here in other news, I spent about what's it? Oh, I almost ended up in the ditch there. That's bad. I spent about 6 hours auto detailing the exterior of my car. Uh, it should not have taken that long, to be honest, but I'm a really bad perfectionist, so I was unreal. And I did some interior. I did inside, outside windows. I did doors, but I still got to do a lot on the inside. The inside's kind of a mess because from moving from college, so I still got shit in the back. I got to pick off. And then O Prime says I'm trying to get to all the state, trying to get all the state guides. I already have my home state Alabama guide. That is actually kind of sick. That is sick. I should do that too. I've been to so many states actually, and I should have grabbed the. What was I doing? There's one trip I took on road from North Dakota to Washington D.C. So you can imagine how many states I was in. And I did not grab the brochures because I was an idiot. I should have. That would have been cool, but I didn't. But yeah, I've been to probably half the states. No, I wouldn't say half. See, I've been to Denver, or no, it's not a state. Colorado, North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Montana, Washington D.C. Where's Washington D.C.? Chicago, or no, Illinois, uh, Wisconsin. I don't know. I'll have to look at a map, and I can tell you guys how many states I've been. Probably about a third of them, if I had to guess. I haven't been to deep south yet. Nothing on the west coast.